Picture this scene. You bought tickets to Wacken Open Air 2016. You went to the show, you enjoyed the bands, you saw groups such as Iron Maiden just tear the house down, and then DIO'S Disciples come on. DIO'S Disciples, the band that back in 2008 were rocking with Ronnie James Dio prior to his involvement with the Heaven and Hell project. And then, just a couple of years after that, he was gone. Now imagine, in 2016, you see these men who performed with Ronnie on stage, performing some of those classic songs. When you're given this treat, when you see a familiar face emerge from the stage and launch into the iconic song, We Rock. That face is one that you know exceptionally well. That face is one that is seen as one of the most iconic that metal has ever produced. It's a face that you haven't seen in a very, very long time on a stage. Mainly because it's been 6 years plus since that face was seen on planet Earth. Ronnie James Dio emerging as a hologram in order to perform We Rock along with the band. And this has been part of a year-long project to bring Ronnie to life. And this is something that has so many firsts involved with it that it is pretty amazing. We've already seen holograms of artists such as Tupac Shakur, but now rock and roll, heavy metal, has its first hologram, and it's a metalhead. It's one of the most iconic heavy metal men in history. And there are plans for a Lemmy hologram, which is something that I believe is absolutely necessary. You need that. You need that. Hologram Motorhead. My God. So, what do we take away from this? And what does this mean? I could sit here and honestly wax philosophical about how holograms of artists that are no longer with us could potentially reinvigorate the business. I could also sit here and offer the counter opinion of how holograms will eventually be like the internet or any other technology. They will be abused and exploited, and it will just be nothing more than a glorified cash grab. I'm not going to do that in this format. Not here, not now. Principally because something like this, with such iconic status that's already, involved with the man himself, and now iconic status delivered once again through the myriad of firsts that this has really gained for heavy metal. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to ruin this moment, because if you're somebody who was at this show and saw this performance, your reaction was no doubt that of absolute shock. The reactions of the people that were involved, those who knew Ronnie, even his own wife, his own widow, it's just absolutely crazy. He said it was scary at first. It was almost like bringing somebody back. And one of his bandmates, one of his former mates in the Dio band, said that it was surreal because he could see Ronnie but could not touch him. And that is quietly very devastating. I'm not going to lie. It is a quietly devastating moment to hear such simple words reflect something that is perhaps the hardest to grasp. To see somebody that you loved, that you toured with, shared the stage with, but not be able to go over there and give them a hug or a high five, or flash the horns and have your fingers touch like you're doing the Too Sweet. Wow. This is something that is planned to be a full tour. That is the goal, potentially in 2017. So it would obviously involve multiple songs. This is, wow. It's overwhelming in a way. In a way, it's very overwhelming, but I can also see a lot of good coming from this project and coming from this company. iLusion is the name of the company that produces these holograms, and man, they did a great job with this one. Really, if you took a look at the thumbnail of this video, and if you take a look at what is being shown, right over here, you can't really tell if it is a hologram or if it's an actual photograph that's lifted of the man himself. It's a hologram. I will be the first to confess That's a hologram photo. And this is perhaps the future. You know, this opens up a lot of different doors, quite literally and figuratively, considering I'm sure many people would love to see Jim Morrison on a stage again, to make an actual Doors reference. Hell, we could do top 10 heavy metal holograms we would pay money to see. That could be a brand new list. There could be a 5 reasons why holograms are going to take over the world, or top 5 reasons why holograms should be restricted only to certain artists. This opens up a brand new door for performance arts, and it opens up a brand new way for fans to get a little bit more out of the live experience, at least in my opinion. Imagine, if you would, the ability to have an artist share the stage with a band that perhaps they did a duet with, while also be performing a concert somewhere else in the world, to give the fans that opportunity to see those, two artists share the stage. It would probably be cool the first couple times you saw it, but I also have a feeling that the novelty factor would wear off if it was over excessively used. It's why, right now, in this technology's infancy, whenever we see moments like this, it floors us. It makes our jaws drop. That old saying, what has science done? Science brought a shitload of smiles to a lot of faces at Wacken Open Air. It brought tears to people's eyes. It caused the horns to go up in unison. It caused such a reaction. And that is the type of thing that you love to see. As of the recording of this video, no recording of the performance is available, but I'm certain that is going to become available very, very soon. And whenever it does, I will include a link to such recordings in the description box below, because this is something that is almost too impossible to believe unless you see it sort of with your own eyes. And in a way, Ronnie is back with us, and that is the best news of them all. What did you think of this? What do you think about this hologram technology? Let me know in the comments below. My name is coverkillernation, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care.